William was right that Harry cannot keep his goddamn mouth shut.
I don't think he's an asset to the family. I believe he's a threat.
Imagine this. Prince William, the calm and composed brother we thought we knew, suddenly flips the royal script. Out of nowhere, he turns into a regal Thanos, snapping Harry and Meghan right out of the monarchy like they never existed. No cape, no crown, just pure enough of your Netflix chaos energy echoing through the palace. For years, the royals tried to stay graceful amid the drama. Oprah interviews, Netflix deals painting them as villains, Meghan's podcast comparing royal life to a fancy prison, all ignored. But William? Different story. One morning, he clearly decided he was done playing nice. He basically hit delete account on royal family tolerance. This isn't family tension anymore, it's a power move. William's acting like a future king, determined to shield the monarchy from Hollywood storms. The shift is loud, bold, and final. He's not sipping tea, he's executing a cold-blooded plan. Step 1, strip Harry and Meghan's titles clean off, like peeling old wine labels. Step 2, freeze them out so hard they're left in the cold like forgotten palace leftovers. Step 3, erase them from royal memories so completely that even Netflix stumbles trying to find their names. Brutal doesn't even begin to describe it. And here's the twist. This didn't start with Harry's self-pitying book or Meghan's endless podcasting talk. The spark ignited long before, during a royal wedding, over one small but powerful detail: the missing curtsy. That moment set off a chain reaction that cracked William's patience as scandals kept piling up. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan weren't just living the sunny California life, they were monetizing it, turning royal drama into entertainment gold. Every fight became an episode, every insult a headline. William noticed everything. This isn't a family feud anymore, it's a royal chess match, and William's making his most daring moves yet. First came the Netflix series, 6 episodes that played more like The Crown Sussex edition than a royal documentary.
Harry is trying to create more problems between Prince William and King Charles, and I truly believe this.
William and Kate were portrayed as colder than an ice statue at Windsor, distant and emotionless, while Harry and Meghan played the victims of royal cruelty. The media went wild, headlines everywhere, and a furious future king watched his family's image fall apart in real time. Then came the notorious Spotify deal, millions paid for one short podcast, followed by complete silence. When the same executives later mocked them as grifters, it wasn't just an insult, it was a public red flag exposing their failed Hollywood game. The spotlight had shifted. People weren't laughing with Harry and Meghan anymore, but at them.
Did you make Kate cry?
No, the reverse happened.
Then came the interview that rocked the monarchy. The Oprah sit-down turned royal secrets into primetime drama, airing private matters like a reality show. Meghan dropped accusations of racism as casually as a reality star throwing wine, hitting the palace with one explosive claim after another. Harry sat beside her, nodding through the chaos. It was shocking, unfiltered TV that left the royal family scrambling. The PR team was in meltdown, and William was pushed before cameras to declare, "We are very much not a racist family." His uneasy expression said everything. The world buzzed, the palace shook, and William was left cleaning up the mess. Then came Spare, Harry's memoir, less a book and more a grenade. Page after page exposed private texts, family fights, and royal clashes, selling like scandal-filled holiday gifts.
Going into the criticism of William for carrying out less numbers of engagements than his father. We don't need you, Prince Harry.
Apparently for me, that doesn't matter.
When William skimmed those chapters, he reportedly thought, "Seriously? You turned my temper into fan fiction." This wasn't airing dirty laundry, it was monetizing every royal argument. Each fight became cash, every wound a bestseller. But the tension didn't start there. Flashback to May 2018, the royal wedding. Millions watched the grand spectacle, from polished carriages to the Queen presiding like the ultimate symbol of etiquette. Everything looked perfect, yet behind the glamour, trouble was brewing. Then came the moment that shocked the world. Meghan walked past the Queen without a single curtsy, not even a nod. The internet erupted, royal experts panicked, and William noticed instantly. To him, it wasn't an accident, it was a message. In royal life, gestures mean everything. A curtsy isn't just formality, it's respect and loyalty to centuries of hierarchy. Ignoring it was like walking into a pub and refusing to say cheers. Meghan's move didn't look careless, it looked calculated. In that instant, she wasn't following tradition. She was rewriting it around herself.
Everything that Harry is trying to do only benefits Harry.
William, it's said, saw the warning signs early. He didn't see a shy newcomer. He saw the first fracture in a 1,000-year monarchy. If one duchess could skip curtsying to the Queen, what would stop Netflix exposés or tell-all books next? Spoiler, those came soon after. What seemed like a small, forgettable moment at a fairy tale wedding became the first scene in a royal nightmare. That single missed curtsy evolved into lost trust, broken loyalty, and empty family dinners. Meghan's refusal wasn't a slip-up. It was the spark that ignited a Hollywood versus heritage battle. And for William, that was unforgivable. Because when ancient crowns meet Hollywood lights, you don't get tradition. You get a royal reality show no one signed up for.
Harry can't be trusted. He's always going to do something to cross that line.
Harry and Meghan seemed eager to cash in. From that moment on, their path was obvious. Not a life of royal duty, but a brand built on deals. Whenever the palace hoped for quiet, another camera crew appeared. Every pause in drama wasn't peace, it was the calm before another headline. Their endless interviews felt less like conversations and more like scripted confessionals, turning royal life into a survival story. Meghan's podcast turned family tension into binge-worthy drama, each episode sounding like a prison escape tale. Then came Harry's memoir, page after page of shocking stories and dramatic twists, worthy of a full-blown soap opera marathon.
Like, I curtsied as though I was like, "Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty." Like, was that okay?
It's really quite sad.
That skipped curtsy became the blueprint for chaos, and William saw it clearly. This wasn't rebellion anymore, it was strategy. Inside the palace, shock spread fast. Even casual tea time talks felt risky, potential fuel for Meghan's next podcast or interview. William realized he wasn't speaking with family, he was facing media producers in royal attire. Every word carried a price tag, every whisper could be turned into content.
I was doing an interview to offer them a platform to tell their story about why they left. And that was my number one intention, was just clarity on why did you leave? And so some of the things that were revealed in that interview came as a surprise to me. And those surprises are now referred to as bombshells.
For Harry and Meghan, loyalty had become a tradable asset. That's when William's frustration turned into a plan. He saw his brother turning royalty into reality TV and decided to fight back. No more defending. It was time to strike first. The royals don't do therapy sessions. They hold silent war councils. When the chaos reached its peak, the palace couldn't hide it anymore. Balmoral was chosen, the cold stone fortress in the Scottish Highlands reserved for harsh, final decisions. This wasn't a tea time chat, it was a closed-door royal showdown. Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate. No staff, no leaks. Just 4 royals, locked in to decide Harry's fate once and for all.
The feud between William and Harry is as bitter as ever.
The tension inside Balmoral was colder than the Highland wind. No smiles, no small talk. William entered like a man who already knew the ending. Firm stance, expression unshaken. Half in, half out was off the table. This wasn't about family feelings anymore. It was about royal survival. The monarchy couldn't keep dodging Netflix exposés, book leaks, and tabloid bombs. Balmoral became the setting for William's final stand. Enough was enough. Charles urged reconciliation, Camilla advised restraint, and Kate, caught between peace and duty, struggled to protect both family and crown.
She decided she didn't want to be a real princess because to be a real princess involves duty and responsibility, caring about other people. And so she just wanted to be a pretend princess in Hollywood, so she split her husband off from his royal family and then inked a $1 zillion deal with a bunch of media companies, and then all her projects flopped.
But William wasn't the gentle brother anymore. His presence filled the room like thunder. This was business, not brotherhood. When he presented his plan at Balmoral, it wasn't a proposal, it was an ultimatum. Even Charles, no stranger to scandal, reportedly froze at William's cold precision. For years, he'd been labeled the dull, dutiful heir. But that night, he broke the mold completely. More CEO than prince. His plan could have been titled, How to Erase My Brother in 3 Easy Steps. Step 1, strip the titles. Remove Duke and Duchess. Without those royal initials, Harry and Meghan would lose their crown-fueled aura, reduced to just another California celebrity couple chasing relevance.
William at one point within 7 miles of his brother, so near and yet so far, refusing to see him.
William allegedly quipped it was like cutting Wi-Fi from a smart house. Without it, you're left with nothing but walls and overpriced furniture. Step 2, freeze. End every privilege. No palace access, no royal funds, no invitations to state events disguised as family gatherings. If Harry ever returned to the UK, he'd be treated like a tourist with a camera, not a prince with a past. That icy distance would burn deeper than any tabloid jab. Then came step 3, erase, the most ruthless move of all. William didn't want confrontation, he wanted starvation. Starve the Sussex brand of oxygen until it quietly suffocated. No headlines, no chaos, just royal silence, the deadliest punishment of them all.
They know that once King William is King William, that they're done, that they're completely cut off.
The longer the palace stayed silent, the dimmer Harry and Meghan's Hollywood glow became. William's endgame was simple. Let the world forget. Let their fame fade from trending headlines to background noise. Until even Netflix realized that royal mystique comes with an expiration date. And that was William's genius. He didn't need drama, speeches, or scandal. His weapon was silence, cold, calculated, and catastrophic. But here's the twist. While Harry was the target, Meghan was the casualty. She had entered the royal world chasing crowns, cameras, and red carpets. Yet William's strategy flipped the script. That dazzling spotlight she once owned, it wasn't blinding anymore. It was flickering, dim, uncertain, and fading fast.
Yes, they met. Yes, that was against William's wishes, but there was no sense that I'm getting that Charles laid out the red carpet for Harry.
Take Meghan's podcast Archetypes. One moment, it was hailed as a cultural breakthrough. The next, it was canceled faster than a failed Netflix pilot. Then came the Netflix docuseries. Sure, it launched with huge numbers, but once the hype faded, So did the views, sinking like a ship in stormy seas. And those multi-million-dollar deals, they once arrived like royal carriages, but without the Duchess's title sparkle, they stalled like unclaimed Uber rides. Here's the truth Meghan couldn't escape. Those royal titles weren't just ceremonial. They were her golden brand. Without them, her Hollywood power shrank overnight. The industry stopped seeing a global duchess and started seeing just another celebrity trying to stay relevant.
Harry is really, really deep in trouble at the moment, even financially. I mean, we know that Meghan's jam failed to sell out. Her season 2 of her cooking show was an absolute disaster.
And the palace? They didn't just close the door, they twisted the knife. The royal diary, the sacred schedule that dictates every official appearance, was locked tighter than Fort Knox. When Harry tried to arrange a quiet charity visit back in Britain, the response was ice cold. No family meetups, no tea with Granny, no friendly photo ops for the press, not even a courtesy handshake. Every door was sealed shut, every gesture withheld. The message couldn't have been louder if it were carved into stone. Access denied. And then there was Kate. Once the quiet peacekeeper of palace feuds, she suddenly found herself in the middle of a royal battlefield. She reportedly longed for calm, for unity, but she knew better than anyone that another Netflix sequel airing Windsor secrets could burn the monarchy to ashes. Meghan might have treated the royal family like a never-ending content stream, but William and Kate were done playing extras in her production. Standing by William now wasn't just about loyalty, it was about legacy. Kate understood that protecting the crown meant cutting off Harry for good, no matter how cruel it looked to the outside world. And the fallout? Meghan felt every ounce of it. Without the royal shield propping her up, her Hollywood pitch crumbled almost overnight. The modern Duchess image she had carefully crafted no longer sold. She wasn't the voice of a royal revolution anymore. She was just another former royal spouse trying to stay relevant in a world that feeds on prestige. And in Hollywood, where titles are worth more than talent, that downgrade hit harder than any tabloid headline ever could. Charles, once the quiet peacemaker draped in patience, finally cracked. For years, he played the diplomat, forgiving Harry's interviews, overlooking Meghan's truth bombs, and praying that time would glue the royal fractures back together. But after Balmoral, that softer version of Charles disappeared. The tide had shifted, and for the first time, the King of England stood shoulder to shoulder with William. No hesitation, no royal sugarcoating, just a firm, thunderous decision. The monarchy couldn't survive another tell-all, another docuseries, or another ghost-written memoir dripping in scandal. And that moment changed everything. When the King of England stops playing peacemaker, it's not a family squabble anymore. It's a declaration of war. From that day forward, Harry and Meghan weren't working royals. They weren't even semi-royals. They were outsiders, cut off, frozen out, and quietly labeled as liabilities rather than blood. The crown had chosen its side, its heir, and its survival. And this time, family came second to the throne.
Harry and Meghan were no longer royals, just private citizens dragging a mountain of celebrity baggage behind them. The palaces that once echoed with their footsteps were now silent. Every gilded door at Windsor was locked tight, and every royal corridor turned cold as ice. The message was deafening. The monarchy comes first, even if it means erasing blood ties forever. And at the heart of that icy storm stood William. To some, he had become a cold-blooded strategist, a future king so loyal to the crown that he'd slice through his own family to protect it. To others, he was a savior, the guardian who stopped a 1,000-year institution from crumbling into a Netflix-style circus. That's the razor-sharp line William now walks. Because the question isn't just whether Harry and Meghan will fade into Hollywood's background noise, it's how William will be remembered when the curtain finally falls. Will history crown him as the man who saved the monarchy, the one who sealed the cracks before the empire split apart? Or will it judge him as its most ruthless executioner, the heir who traded brotherhood for power and turned family into collateral damage? One thing's undeniable, this isn't just awkward family tension anymore. It's palace warfare, calculated, merciless, and centuries in the making. William has shed the skin of the patient older brother. He's not the bridge builder now, he's the iron wall, guarding the throne with a stare that says, "The crown survives, no matter the cost."
And here's the wildest twist. Charles, once known as the eternal peacemaker, now stands firmly behind William. With Meghan's Hollywood shine fading and Harry frozen out of royal circles, William's cold strategy is paying off. The monarchy has never looked tougher or more untouchable. Harry's royal access? Gone. The palace gates? Locked tighter than Buckingham during tourist season. So, the real question now, what's next? Can Harry and Meghan rebuild their image without the royal sparkle that once powered their fame? Or will they quietly drift into that dreaded, "where are they now?" zone, side by side with yesterday's forgotten stars? One thing's certain, William's plan worked. He flipped the entire royal narrative. But the question still lingers. Did he save the monarchy from destruction, or sacrifice his own bloodline to keep the crown untarnished? And if you thought this was ruthless, just wait. Because Harry's next move, a shocking demand to his father, left even insiders speechless. It's the moment that explains exactly why William stopped playing nice. This is Torch, where royalty meets reality, and we expose the scandals they pray you'll never hear. So hit that like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell, because the next chapter in this royal drama is just getting started.